Let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the black corner, we have the heavyweight champion, pound for pound, the latest in its division. And we have the upcoming rival fighting out of the gold corner. You have the Saber. Alright, let's let the battle begin. Wait a minute. What the heck is going on with this beard? No. Not happening. Watch this, watch this, watch this. So, while I straighten my beard, have you guys ever had serious sleep deprivation? Have you ever held in a fart and got some crappy ideas? Well, I did. So, during this test, we put both of these clippers through the ringer, and trust me, we went a little further than we should have. It's built like a brick. Now, I'm pretty sure I could run it over with my truck without having any issues. Why does this matter? It doesn't. Shot boy! Okay, y'all, you ready? Yeah, that was pretty dumb. I'm going to cover that more in the end of the video. But more importantly, which one of these clippers should you buy? These are the latest and greatest deliverings from Gamma, and we're going to find out at the end of this video, how are they same, how are they different, and which one should you get? Alright, first off, let's let this battle begin, but let's talk about how they are similar. Similarly, the bracket on both of them, you can get a stretch bracket. You will have one in the box. You can put the stretch bracket on, and that allows your clipper to open up a little bit further than it does with the clicks. The sacrifice is you will lose the clicks. So with this one, I kept the clicks on, and you can know exactly where you are when you're doing the fade. And the other one's called the floating lever, where basically I kind of almost have to guess. It's up to your preference. Personally, I kind of like having the clicks, so I went without the stretched lever. I did have to put the stretched lever on this one because oh, kill him. Oh, it's pushed it. As you're gonna see a little later in the video. But let's keep going. How else are they similar? Other than the bodies being the same, they both can use the exact same charger stand. So you can take one off the charger stand and put the other right in its place. So if you've already got a Mythic and you decide to grab a Saber, you don't need an extra stand on your station. You can put both of them down to charge there. Same lever, same everything, and both of them also will allow for an Andis blade. If you guys want to put an Andis blade on there, when you open this bracket up, you're going to see a separate set of holes, and that's going to help you fit the Andis blades on them. So let's talk about how they're different. Now, the main difference is the motor. The Mythic has a magnetic motor. It runs at 10,000 cutting strokes per minute. It's got a lot of power. It can mow down just about anything. And you're going to notice when you first pick this clipper up, it's pretty dang heavy. It outweighs the Saber. As you can see, it's not by a significant amount, but when you first pick it up, if you're used to working with an Evo or Ergo, you're going to be like, wow, man, that's pretty dang heavy. So you're going to actually be sharing the exact same motor as the Ergo in both of these packages. So if the Mythic is too heavy for you, the Ergo is a better option. And if your hand's a little smaller and you want the ergonomics of the Ergo, you're not going to be sacrificing any power by going with the Ergo. All right, you guys, Connor's agreed to be my guinea pig. He doesn't really know what's going on yet. But I got two of the stickiest and nastiest gels there are. This has got to be glue. It's going to be bad. Bro, that's
the cream though. That cream is glue.
I don't really think any clipper could get through that, to be honest. First contestant, gotta be glue. It's dried, it's nasty. We got the Mythic with a number 2 on, and we're gonna see if this could even cut. You guys think this is gonna cut, like for real? I'll be damned. It definitely mowed right through it. Yo, the Mythic is having no trouble. None. So now we got the Saber. I'm going to put the number 2 on. Just so you guys know, earlier in the video we put the same blade on both clippers. So I'm trying to make this as even as possible. This is strictly a motor thing. Is it strong enough to get through it? Well, let's go. Definitely more drag. It's getting through, but it's struggling.
It's pulling.
So like on the base level, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Mythic took this one. I mean the Mythic, it was like it wasn't even that. Let me just try that last patch with the Mythic and make sure, because there was definitely some drag going on with the other one. Feel any better, any worse?
Feels way better.
It feels better because it's not, the blade's moving fast enough to not get snagged. So as you guys can see, I just poured a ton of Gotta Be glue inside of Connor's hair. And I just kind of smeared it all around, and I did my best to see how well each one could cut through. This made a huge mess and really sucked. As far as like cutting through somebody's hair that might have gel on it, something like that, this was not getting snagged, it was not pulling, it was ripping through. Now this one was definitely slowing down a little bit more and having a little bit more trouble. However, it did get through just fine, and I don't really think that either one of these lack power, and I don't really think that if you get either one of them, you're going to be disappointed in that department. This is about as close as it gets to having the corded Andis Masters in your hand without a cord. That was kind of the idea, I think, behind this, and it definitely has that weight, and some people really like that weight so they can really fine-tune their blend and they can get down with it. Now, we shot out both of them together. I'm gonna react to this. I cut half of the head with the Mythic and half of the head with the Saber. Let's check out which side you guys thought came out cleaner. So for the Saber, it has a high torque, low vibration digital brushless motor that runs at 7,000 RPMs. It's more efficient while cutting. So I gotta say that that's true. You'll notice that the 7,000 RPMs, it's definitely not moving quite as fast as the Mythic. However, there is definitely some benefits to that. In my opinion, I like things that move a little bit slower. It allows me to be a little bit more forgiving with the blend. If I accidentally get up into some of those areas I shouldn't be, I'm not being punished by something that just eviscerates the hair. So I just want you guys to know that I went directly from cutting closed taper to electric shaver without an issue. He's got kind of sensitive skin too, so I probably could have used like something that cut shorter, but he's not even really red or nothing, and it actually worked pretty smooth. So I was able to jump straight from the cut all the way closed to electric shaver. So I didn't have to use a trimmer or a 5.0. So these cut really close. Both these machines are, this is gonna be a close battle. All right, y'all, that's Mythic side, and this is Saber side. And that's the Saber side. No surprise they both perform well on a haircut like this, but we're going to test them on some other haircuts a little bit later in the video. Let's go. Now, as far as improving the quality or performance on both of these, there's definitely something big that I think that everybody should do. And also, I'm going to include any Gamma clipper is definitely improved by this. I want you guys to go and check out the Slim Tooth cutter. That's a new cutter that you guys can put on any of your Gamma machines, and it definitely is going to elevate the performance. This is something that Gamma's constantly working on. I know that some of you guys might be getting mad because you're like, hey, I just bought that, and look, they have already upgraded it. But Gamma's not trying to wait around. Like when they got something hot, they want to drop it. They don't want to hold it back from you guys, and these things are selling out super fast. So the thing is you just want to be on the lookout for what they're doing next, and try to get those pre-orders in so that you can be one of the first people to get some of this stuff, because already both of these are like back ordered, and it's probably going to be a while before we see another Saber or another Mythic drop. Now, if I'm going to go forward with either of these machines, whichever one is going to be my daily driver or the one that I use the most, I'm actually going to recommend that you guys grab a taper blade and put a taper blade on it. Now, I like working with the taper blade a lot, but we do need to have a fade blade just in case we're removing some of them harsh lines. So I definitely want to have one blade, one clipper with the fade blade or fusion blade on it, and then the other blade with the taper blade on it. I feel so confident about this clipper and how strong it is. It's built like a brick. Now I'm pretty sure I could run it over with my truck without having any issues. Why does this matter? It doesn't. Shot boy! Okay, y'all, you ready? Real slow now. Ooh, oh, that's bad. Oh, oh, kill him. Oh, smushed it. Damn. Yo. All right, let's see. Does it still work? Yep, it still works. But it was driver error. It's a lie. This is actually the clipper that I ran over. It turns out I didn't need a new case. I just kind of was able to work this back into place. Actually works perfectly fine. Lever's working fine. And yeah, I've been using it. So did it actually stand up? Drop it in the comments. So yeah, it definitely crushed the clipper. You can't run it over with a truck. However, it actually did held up better than expected, because I was able to rework this case using just a pair of pliers, and then I was able to screw it back in and everything is good. Now, what's kind of cool about both of these is they're actually super modular. You can actually pop out your motor
very easily, just like this. So I'm literally holding the motor to the Saber right here in my hands. It goes inside of this nice case that's, like I said, it's super heavy duty. You can pop a new motor in this in just a heartbeat with this type of setup, and then you can put your case and your lid right back on and you're right back where you were. Some of you guys might be a little disappointed when you buy the Saber because it's going to come with a fade blade. Now, the fade blade is actually their best selling blade, and that's what they decided to go with it. It's well known how good the Fusion blade is. A lot of people really love it because it's a nice mixture between the taper and the fade blade. But it's definitely not as forgiving as a taper blade. So I'm still going to put a taper blade on my Saber because I want to use this the most. I want this to be as forgiving as possible, and I want my blends to come out as blurry as they possibly can. But the other thing that you guys can do if you do get a Saber and you are disappointed about it is you can head over to Gamma. You guys could buy a Fusion blade, and all you're going to need is buy the top blade. So you can buy the top blade. I think they're like $24, and bam, you put it right on there. But while you're there, give some serious consideration to that slim deep tooth cutter. Put it on any of your Gamma equipment, and it's going to improve the performance immensely. So the biggest thing that I can tell you guys when it comes to actually making your decision picking between the both of these is this. It's very simple. It comes down to battery life for me, and it comes down to weight for me. As you can see, these are significantly lighter than the Mythic, and that's something that I like. Personally, I don't need such a heavy clipper. Secondly, I actually like the fact that it has twice the battery life, and it seems to be delivering just about the same amount of power, and they're actually pretty forgiving to cut with because they're not moving at such a high RPM. All right, you guys, I really feel like both sides came out fresh. This would have been the side that I used the Saber on, and this side is the side I used the Mythic on. Not a huge difference in quality, but I really do feel like I struggled more with the Mythic in that last cut. So when it comes to the Mythic or the Saber, another thing that I really love about them is the quality of this lever. Now with this lever, you're going to find it really easy to push up and push down, and as you notice, when I ran it over with my truck, nothing happened to this lever. It worked out perfectly fine, and it's still working perfectly fine. Another thing you're going to get with both of them is you're going to get that stretched bracket. So what that stretched bracket does is it lets you to be able to open this up to like a full number 1, and then obviously you can still close it down to whatever it was. This can help you skip guards, this can help you skip steps. However, I found that working with both of them, I didn't notice that huge amount of a difference, and when you do switch to the stretch, you're going to have to get rid of the clicks. Now, I personally like the clicks. I like using these clicks. I like to know exactly where I'm at, and I do think it simplifies fading, especially for somebody who's new, or maybe for somebody who's just moving fast and just wants to make sure that they're doing exactly what they wanted to do. So for my money, I would probably pick the Saber out of these two as the winner just based on battery life, and I like forgiveness. I don't really need the blade to move at 10,000 cutting strokes per minute. There are times where that will be more helpful. Clipper over comb, cutting through heavy bulk. Certainly having something like the Mythic is not going to hurt you, but for an all-around, across the board, it's light enough and more comfortable enough for me to work with. This is probably the one that I would crown the winner. However, if you're a masters person, if you're somebody who really likes to have a little bit more weight in your hand, this is definitely going to be a great option for you. Or if you just want to still work with that nice power that that Mythic has with that magnetic motor, you can grab yourself an X Ergo. You're going to have the same power delivery. It's going to be a little bit smaller, fit somebody with maybe smaller hands or somebody who doesn't want such a heavy clipper. Whew. We've unpacked a lot of information in this. An extraordinarily unconventional review. But let's be on the lookout, yo, because Gamma's not one to sleep. They're not one to hang back. They're probably up to something new soon. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it entertaining. And we did nearly destroy a clipper. Have to clean up a ton of hair that was just cacked full of gel.
Can't even blow it out of there. That's how nasty that hair is.
I mean, this has been a lot of work. So all I really want on your side is just, man, if you guys could do me a favor, smash that thumbs up for me, drop a comment down below, and out of these comments, man, I'm gonna be doing a little giveaway next week, next Monday. So out of these comments, man, I'm gonna pick a random winner to win. So good luck to all of you guys, man. Thank you for all the love, all the support, all the comments, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace. 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 Peace.
Feel like I'm falling. Feel like I'm falling. Feel like I'm falling.